mission for my mama when I finally make it.
Hey everyone, so today I'm doing a quarantine glow up video. I'm going to show you how I did my hair as well as my literal like salon manicure and just a few other things that I've been doing to kind of keep myself feeling good and happy during this time. Again, this is going to be a lighthearted video, just sharing some beauty items and stuff, talking a little bit of girl chat. I haven't done one of these in a little while, so if you want to go ahead and see my little quarantine glow up, then just keep watching.
For my mama when I finally make it. Take all my vacations to Bahamas, always celebrating. Ever since my birth I was the bomb and now I'm detonating. No, you can't relate, you just can't relate. Every day I wake up like a boss and I be thanking Jesus. Fakers trying to get up in my circle, I don't really need them. We were saying we up next forever, now we really mean it. We about that action.
Hey guys, okay, so I'm back. So this is the blonde. It's pretty yellowy, which if I was going to keep it like this, I would obviously like tone it out, but I'm not going to because I'm going to be putting some purple in it. So the cool thing about this is it kind of will naturally like tone your hair just when it is like this pretty light blonde color, and then you obviously do like a purple shampoo or something. The purple hair dye is, as it fades, it's going to kind of tone it into a bit more of a silvery color. So then my blonde under is going to actually end up being a nicer color when it's all out. So it's kind of a win-win situation. I get to have the fun purple and then kind of go back to blonde, but have like a little bit of a nicer blonde. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. I think I'm actually going to use this Rose Quartz by Splat. Now this is a 30 washout dye, so it's not going to stay for, you know, too long, but I feel like the Splat, I mean, typically these do actually last in my hair pretty well. I've used this Lusty Lavender before, but this is a lot brighter, if you can tell. I'm interested to see what this Rose Quartz looks like because it is so much lighter and it's a new color, so I don't really know what to expect, but we're going to go ahead and see. I've also used the L'Oreal Colorista as well. This is the purple one, which I do like it also, but one of the L'Oreal Coloristas that's like the turquoise one, that one did not come out of my hair. It made my hair like green for a long time, which was pretty for a few days, but then I got over it and I like literally, I had to like bleach it out of my hair. Like it was very, very hard to get that one to fade. So just a little bit of word of advice if you're doing this. Again, I have my dye shirt back on because I'm just going to be putting in the purple and chatting with you guys as I do it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what actually comes in the kit. You're going to get your gloves and your instructions as well as some bleach. So if you didn't pre-lighten your hair, you can go ahead and do that. And then here's the color, which is what I'm actually going to be using. Obviously, I already bleached, so I don't need that. And again, since my hair is kind of a more pale yellowy, it's not super, super white, so I think it should take okay. But in here, this looks pretty bright. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just begin to paint this on. And this is kind of like a gel consistency, so I actually don't think it's going to be super dark. Even though the color looks kind of neon, this dye is like very, it's like gel. It's not like super, super pigmented, which I have used some in the past that like if you got it on your hands, it literally looked like straight up paint. And obviously that's going to be a lot more bright and pigmented. So I think this is actually going to be really pretty and kind of light colored, which is what I want. And possibly a little bit pinkish, because it does have that Rose Quartz in the name. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start doing this, focusing really like on the front and then on the ends because my hair is so much lighter on the ends, so I think it's going to take the best there. I hope I have enough for my whole head, honestly. So during this time, I hope you guys are all doing well. I know it can be a bit overwhelming just with everything going on, a lot of uncertainty. I think that's the thing for most people that's kind of the most tough. Like people just don't really know, you know, what the rest of their year or summer is going to look like, and just kind of, I don't know, not having the answers and everything. And I feel like a lot of people too, with being isolated, I don't know, you're with your family members and you're with people and maybe they're not necessarily the people that you always go to for help when you're feeling kind of down or just a little bit confused or stressed out. And I think that's very, very common. And it also can be difficult to reach out. Oh my gosh, there's some dye on my face. It also can be difficult to reach out to certain people just because maybe you don't want to tell them how you're feeling or you don't feel comfortable doing so. And I think it's really important to actually seek professional help in those ways. Like I've mentioned before, I love to give advice, but I'm not a licensed therapist. I don't, have any qualification to do that. So I can only give you guys advice based on what I have done and what I've dealt with. But I always want to make sure you guys are getting the help that you actually need. So once again, I have teamed up with BetterHelp, which is an online counseling service. I really stand behind their message and what they do. They have 4 different modes of communication, so you can do talk, text, video chat, or phone calling. So depending on what's most convenient for you or what you feel most comfortable with. I know for some people, they like the idea of being able to connect with an online counselor via video chat so they can actually see the person while they're explaining what's going on with them. But for other people, it might be easier to talk through text if it's, maybe sensitive topics that you don't feel completely comfortable verbalizing yet. Depending on what your own situation is, you can really tailor it to you, which I'm a huge fan of and I think is really cool and just a really great supportive way for them to be and something really awesome that they do integrate into their company. And of course, anything you share is completely confidential and you can always request a new counselor at any time if for some reason they aren't a good fit, and financial aid is available for those of you who qualify. And they have licensed professional counselors who specialize in trauma, depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, and just a ton of array of things that I'll go ahead and list here for you. To me, the biggest aspects of BetterHelp are that they are convenient, they're affordable, they're secure, and they're confidential. And so if you want to start living a happier and healthier life, you can go ahead and get started with 10% off your first month of BetterHelp when you go to betterhelp.com/Megan. Again, that's betterhelp.com/Megan. And you can join over 800,000 people who are taking that first step in their mental health and doing the right thing for themselves. Again, that's going to be 10% off your first month of BetterHelp online counseling when you go to betterhelp.com/Megan. Okay, so quick change of plans. This is all of my hair that I was able to do with this one pack of the Splat. As you can see, I've used all of it completely. So now for phase 2, I'm actually going to go ahead and apply some of the L'Oreal Colorista purple just because I literally don't have enough dye. So this also looks like a really nice light purple. I'm not going to do this Splat because this is quite a bit darker and this one does not say it's a 30 washout. So I think that that's going to be like more of that dye that's like literal paint that stays in for a very long time. And again, since I'm trying to get a pastel effect, I'm going to go ahead and use this one because I know it's kind of light and it will work kind of in a similar way that the rose quartz did. But I really like this color. I just wish that I bought more of it because it's really, really, again, like a gel consistency. So it just doesn't seem like there's a ton of dye in there. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one on the remainder of my hair. And I think it actually looks really cool when the dye is kind of not ombre, but like there's a variation to the colors. And because I have highlights in my hair and some pieces are so much lighter than others, it's going to take a little bit differently. And I think that's going to look really pretty and kind of more dimensional. So I'm fine with that. So this is what the L'Oreal Colorista dye looks like. Really simple and straightforward. You can tell this one's quite a bit darker and a little bit thicker. So the consistency is definitely a little bit less gel-like, but I'm hoping that this will take. Oh yeah, this is a pretty color.
When a Grammy, I'll be ballin' like I'm Jordan. While you hear the snoring, I'll be busy scoring.
Okay, so now I'm gonna leave this on for 30 minutes and then rinse it out, blow dry it, and come back to you guys with the finished color. Alright, so I just got out of the bath and I went ahead and blow dried it, and oh my gosh, I love it. It's definitely going to fade really quickly because even a lot of the color was coming out when I was washing it, but I think it's so, so pretty. And I like that it's a little bit like kind of different colors. Like at the top it's a little more pink. I think that's where I had the rose quartz, but I love the shade of purple. And again, as this fades out, it's just going to tone my blonde and make it really silvery. And I'm in love. I love it. It's really fun. And I mean, why not? Why not have cool colored hair while we are all stuck in quarantine anyways? And I don't know, makes me feel really like cool. Alright guys, so now this is the purple hair. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm going to go ahead and curl it, and I'm also going to be talking about some other things that I've been doing just to feel better during this quarantine. Obviously, I know, what you look like has nothing to do with anything that's going on, and my heart goes out to all the people that are having a tough time right now and everyone that is really putting in that extra work to make sure that we're all safe and healthy. I know that everyone is so grateful for that, and I just want to make sure that's very well known. This video is just supposed to be to like take your mind off everything and just kind of, I don't know, talk about some more lighthearted things. I by no means think that what you look like is like the most important thing right now. Trust me, I know it's not. But I also know for a lot of people that being isolated and, you know, being at home and maybe just being out of that routine, it can be very easy to fall into a situation of not taking care of yourself and not getting ready. And that can do so much damage to your self-esteem. And, you know, just as women and just people in general, like I think it's important that we feel good about ourselves for ourselves, you know, not for anyone else, not to have to like go out and look good, going to the grocery store or anything, but just so that we, you know, you remember your self-worth and you just feel like a well put together person. I know for me, if I go too many days with just like not getting ready, I do not feel good about myself at all. So a huge thing that I would recommend doing is just put on some makeup. Like even if you're working from home right now and you're working remotely and you don't have to wear makeup, you don't have to get ready, I really think that it does make the biggest difference. And you know, eventually this will all end and life will get back to normal, but before then I think you can at least, you know, be making yourself feel good and kind of giving yourself a little bit of like normalcy, I think is really important. So I'm going to go ahead and share some makeup products with you guys, and then hopefully as I'm talking I'll do a little bit of editing magic and I'll be actually applying them so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about and everything. It's kind of fun for me to do like a little beauty related video because you guys know these are the videos that I started out on YouTube with, and I feel like over time I really definitely gravitated more towards the advice and doing stuff like that, and I fully like love that, and I think that's my true passion, is talking to you guys and, you know, discussing human emotions and why people act the way that they do. But also at the end of the day, I don't know, makeup and beauty stuff is kind of my roots of here on YouTube, so I know I've had some questions about doing another updated everyday makeup tutorial, and I definitely will do that soon if you guys are interested. So first I want to talk about a few products that are literally magical and life-changing and you need them. So first up is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. Of course you can get this at a drugstore, very inexpensive, but this is something I swear by. Every time I'm doing my foundation, this is what's going on first. It makes your skin so smooth. It gives you such a beautiful base for foundation and concealer, and just makes everything literally look flawless. Whenever you guys ask me like on Instagram like, oh, you know, what are you wearing for foundation or whatever, I love drugstore foundation. I'm a huge fan of L'Oreal. I also really like Revlon, and I don't know, I really find that drugstore foundation, even Neutrogena, they just work well for my skin. Now granted, I don't have necessarily problematic skin, but I do have a bit of, you know, discoloration and just redness like everyone else does. So the biggest thing that I noticed though is using a primer, and you don't need an expensive one. Like I said, this is very inexpensive, but I will not wear foundation without wearing that because it literally just makes your skin look like you have no pores. Like it literally looks like an airbrush like effect on your face. It's so nice. And it also makes your skin so soft and smooth. So if you do have any texture or anything, I think it also would kind of help cancel that out. So definitely go ahead and check that out, especially if you're someone that likes to wear foundation. I know I was getting ready with my girlfriend when we were in Aspen, we were getting ready to go out, and she's like, oh my gosh, what did you put on before your foundation? And I literally just gave her a whole rundown of everything that I was wearing. I think that's always so fun. Like when you're getting ready with your friends, just kind of watch what they use. And obviously if it's, you know, people that wear makeup often and stuff like that, they probably have stuff that they've really found out works well for their skin. And I think that's always just a good frame of reference. Obviously with this day and age, you can listen to influencers and you can see, you know, what people post on Instagram stories, whatever. But I also just think like your friends are such a good resource because, you know, these are real people, and these are people that, you know, they don't have anything to gain from it. Like I said, that's completely not sponsored. It's just a product that I literally love and swear by. So if you are a makeup girl, definitely check it out. I think you will really love it. Moving on to something else, I actually got this in my Allure beauty box, which is really fun. I've been working with Allure for past few years now, which I love them so much. They're incredible, and their beauty box is really cool. They send you a bunch of different products so you can try out different things, and a lot of times I'm introduced to brands that I normally would never hear of or know of, and I think that's kind of the best part. But this is the Boutique Butter Lip and Cheek Balm, and this is in Mauve Lychee, and oh my gosh, this is my all-time favorite cream blush. I've been wearing this recently. and it's like so dewy and pretty, and I have not tried it out on the lips yet, but I think you definitely could. But on the cheeks, like in my photos and stuff, it literally makes me look like I'm wearing a highlighter, and all I'm wearing is just this cream blush. If you guys are real OG viewers, you will remember when MAC Lady Blush was my jam back in the day. I'm talking like probably 2011, 2012, maybe 2010. So yeah, real OG viewers. And I actually had a message the other day from someone asking me, like, is there a dupe that you found for that? Because I guess they discontinued it, which is wild, but this is very, very similar. It's so creamy. It's really pigmented, which is incredible. So you only need a tiny bit, and I like to put it up like a little bit higher up on my cheek, just because it has this gorgeous sheen. Definitely not like a glitter or anything, but a really beautiful sheen that I swear it acts as a highlighter as well. And I'm not someone who is a highlighter fan. I feel like, especially powder highlighters, they catch my skin and they make it look patchy, like when it's not. So I've never really found a highlighter that I totally love. And I also feel like liquid ones are kind of greasy sometimes, and they can like make you look shiny and not in a good way. So I just have never had luck with highlighters, and I also really don't like blush that has shimmer in it either. So I've always just been someone who didn't really have any highlight going on, but I swear that cream blush does it all. It literally makes my cheekbones look sculpted and beautiful and like shiny and highlighted when there aren't. So I'm a huge fan of that, and you guys should definitely check it out. And I wanted to mention lip products because I always get questions in my Instagram photos, especially Instagram stories, of what I'm using. So lately I actually have been using, this is the Prestige lip liner in the color Silk. Oh my gosh, gorgeous, beautiful, like ballerina pink color. I love it. And if it's a little too pink for you, this is gonna sound really odd because I used to never be this type of person, but I've really been loving the nude lip look, especially when I do like some black wing liner. I just think it's so classic and pretty. And like I've mentioned before, I am letting my lips kind of dissolve over time. I have not gotten lip filler since literally last June, so it's been almost a year, which is kind of wild, but yeah, I'm just letting them dissolve. I did get some comments that said if I went and dissolved them, it might actually dissolve a little bit of my natural, I don't know if it was collagen or what it was, what they were saying, but basically they were just explaining that if I did dissolve it, I might run the risk of having my lips become even smaller than they were to begin with, which I don't want that. I just don't really want them any bigger. So I still have fun using that lip liner, and sometimes I'd like to overline. So if they ever look bigger, that's probably what I'm doing. I just think it, I don't know, complements my teeth and my face nicely sometimes. But I love to use MAC Myth lipstick as just a little bit of a nude out. So if anytime I do like too pink of a lip liner, but I kind of like to do that on purpose, like that's kind of the look. If you do a really pink lip liner and then you take a nude lipstick and kind of blend it in, I think it just gives you such a natural pretty look, and it kind of cancels out like the look of the lip liner, if that makes sense. It doesn't make it look like you went around and like rimmed around your lips. So I don't know, I really like that, and you guys should definitely go ahead and check that out. I think MAC Myth is like, I don't know, it's definitely a classic MAC item for sure. I mean, that's been around so long. I remember people talking about that like back in 2010 for sure. I literally forgot how much I love having colored hair. I haven't done this in a while. I don't know why. I feel like so much more myself with colored hair. I love it so much. I think I like purple the best just because I have green eyes. So it's a similar thing as if you were going to be using like purple eyeshadow. It just makes my eyes pop. Like, I don't know. I feel like it makes me look more tan. It makes my teeth look whiter. It just makes everything for some reason look better. But I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of a fun change because it will go ahead and tone my blonde. So it's going to just turn it a little bit more silvery as it fades out as I wash and stuff. But I'll keep you guys updated on how long this takes because I believe one of the boxes was supposed to be like, I think a 10 washout kind of dye, and then one was 30, and I mixed them. So we'll see what I get. Hopefully it doesn't end up too patchy, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm very like low-key with my hair. Like, I'm not a perfectionist about my hair at all. My makeup is a little different, but with my hair, I kind of like don't mind when it has a bunch of different colors going on. I think it's kind of cool. Give it a nice little brush out. And again, like with everything, I feel like curls always look better the second day. So once I sleep on these and stuff, I think then I'll have like the perfect like wavy look with this purple, and I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be very mermaid vibes for sure. And for me, the number one thing beauty wise that I've been missing during this quarantine have been my nails. I am a religious nail getter person. I love having my nails done. My natural nails are horrible. They suck. They do not stay polished. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'll paint them and literally have to repaint them like in a day and a half. I don't know why. They just chip. Like, my natural nails just like don't take polish. So for me, having like acrylic nails is something, I mean, I know it's not great for you, but I love it, and the place that I go to does a really great job. It doesn't take a lot of time, and they just look so like done, and I love that. I think it just is a very pretty and well put together look, and for me, if my nails aren't done, I don't feel put together at all. Like, I feel all out of sorts, and I think that actually comes back to my mom. I know her dad was very high up at a company when he was working, and when he was hiring people, he would always look at their nails because he said it was like a good indicator, obviously, of cleanliness and stuff, but also just of someone's like discipline. Like, you know, even the men, like if they just had nicely trimmed nails or if they were like all bitten off and stuff. So ever since I heard that when I was like a little kid, I've always just really been into having my nails nicely done. So I'm gonna go ahead and try these out and see if they work. I'm kind of skeptical because when I was like in middle school, I wanted to have acrylic nails so bad, but obviously I was like 11 or 12 and my mom was not gonna let me get acrylic nails at that point. So I used to buy those like little stick-on nails and put them on. And I remember they would like pop off, like in school, they would just like break off and stuff. So I've heard good things about these and I've heard that they don't do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and try them and then I'm gonna go ahead and paint them and I'll let you guys know what I think. This is the OPI Infinite Shine. I already did this on my toes. I really like it because it's really glossy without needing a top coat, and this is in Coca-Cola Red, which sounds like the most perfect like bright red, which you guys know I love on nails. I will say it's a little bit orangey, I feel like, but so far so good. I mean, it wears well, so that's kind of the important part. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and paint my nails and then I'll let you guys know what I think of them. But other than like things that I've been doing during quarantine, I painted my cabinets in my bathroom. That was a little like home improvement thing that I did. Really proud of myself, definitely doing a lot around the house. I cleaned out my closets. That's a big deal. I think everyone's kind of doing that, but it's very needed. And obviously this is a great time to do it. Try on everything. That's number one, a really good motivation for weight loss. It's really fun to find your clothes from high school and be like, wow, they fit, they look good, they're too big, whatever. And then also it's a good way to keep yourself kind of accountable, and then, you know, just a good time to like get rid of stuff you don't need, because I think when we're home so often, we have so much time to really go through our things and kind of buckle down on things that are just clutter and things that are not needed in our life. So definitely clean out your closets if you haven't already done that, but I'm sure you have. And I've also just been bleaching flannels. That has been so enjoyable for me. Little DIY project. I've been having so much fun with them, and I really love them as dresses. And then I'm doing like mix matched ones where I'll sew on the arm a different one to each one, so like it has the different colors going on. So yeah, still working on those for my store, and that's been really enjoyable. Okay, so quick little nail check-in. I did go ahead and apply all of them, and I really like them. I got the long length, and I did file them off, but I think next time I would definitely probably get the medium length, just because these are a tad bit long for my liking, but they're pretty good. And I'm just polishing them directly onto the nail, and it's working out really, really nicely. Obviously, it goes on incredibly smooth, and so far, so good. I do like that the ends are a lot thicker. So they're thicker towards the end, and the part that's actually connected to your nail is a lot thinner, so they lay nice and flat, but then the ends feel really secure and not like they're gonna snap off. So I really like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my manicure and then I'll come back. But so far so good, and I really think they're very nice and definitely do the trick. They make me feel like I have nails again. Alright, so I went ahead and polished the nails, and it looks like I have a salon quality manicure. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I finally feel like myself again with my nails back on. They are a tad bit long, but I did choose the long size. I think I would probably, if I could redo it, I would do the medium, just because I think universally that would work for pretty much everyone. But I'm so thrilled, and they feel really good. So I'll keep you guys updated on if they stay on and everything, but they feel really nice and secure, so I'm really happy about that. And they painted so well. They're like so beautiful and glossy and perfect. So I'm very happy with all of that. And again, I wanted to say a big thank you to BetterHelp. Again, you guys can get 10% off your first month of online counseling when you go to betterhelp.com/Megan. Again, that's betterhelp.com/Megan. And that's it for my video. Let me know if you guys like my hair, my little nail hack, and any of the other beauty products that I mentioned. Hope you all are staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.